Namrata Sinha, and today we'll be discussing the test performed on three-phase induction motor. The topics to be covered today are no load test, block rotor test, measurement of stator resistance, and measurement of slip. So the first thing we'll discuss is the no load test on three-phase induction motor. To perform the no load test on three-phase induction motor, we connect the supply to a three-phase at rated voltage and frequency. There will be ammeter connected in series to the windings, voltmeter that is connected between two lines, and because it is a three-phase connection, hence two wattmeters will be used to measure the power consumed by the given motor under test. At no load, the power factor of the motor is less than 0.5, hence one of the wattmeters will be reading as negative, and therefore the total power consumed by the given motor will be given as W1 minus W2. To measure the negative reading of the wattmeter, we'll just interchange the current coil of that given wattmeter, and then the wattmeter reading can be read as a positive reading, but actually it is negative, so it will be subtracted from the other wattmeter reading. The motor is run through normally an auto transformer, and slowly we increase the voltage to the rated voltage, and the frequency is the same as the supply frequency. So the actual power being consumed by the given motor will be W0 is equal to W1 minus W2. That is, at no load, the power consumed by the motor is just the iron loss in the given motor, because the motor is not loaded. Hence, rotor current is also very small and the stator current is also quite small. Hence, the copper losses will be neglected. The windage and the friction losses are also neglected. Hence, we say that the W0 will be equal to W1 minus W2 is equal to Pi, that is equal to the iron loss. The next thing what we can calculate is the power factor of the motor at no load. So, W0 will be given as root 3 VL IL cos phi 0. So, no load power factor will be just cos phi 0 will be equal to W0 by root 3 VL I0. Then we will calculate the two components of the no load current, that is the magnetizing component and the core loss component. The magnetizing component is given by I0 sin phi 0, where phi 0 can be calculated with the help of the no load power factor, as phi 0 will be cos inverse of no load power factor, and then take the sine of it multiplied by the no load current, you will get the magnetizing component. Then the core loss current will be given as I0 cos phi 0, and with the help of these two currents we can calculate the R0 and X0, that is the core loss resistance and the magnetizing reactance, as the equivalent circuit representation. So R0 will be VL by root 3 IC and X0 will be equal to VL by root 3 I mu, that is the magnetizing component of the current. So the equivalent circuit, we get the R0 and the X0 component of the equivalent circuit over here, and as rotor is open circuit, so the S will be almost approaching to the synchronous speed, not exactly the synchronous speed, but it is approaching almost synchronous speed. Hence, S will be, the slip will be tending to 0, and therefore R2 by S will be almost equal to infinity. Now the next test, that is the block rotor test of three-phase induction motor. Block rotor test of three-phase induction motor is equivalent to the short circuit condition for the given motor. For the short circuit condition, what we do is we block the rotor by some means and don't let the rotor rotate, and try to give the supply at the rated current, because the rotor is not free to rotate under block rotor test. Therefore, the voltage required will be very less for the rated current to flow, and that voltage has to be controlled, and therefore it is fed through an auto transformer. The rotor is blocked and fed through the three-phase auto transformer rated current. The wattmeter readings will be the real input. Therefore, the short circuit current will be equal to the power measured under the block rotor test will be equal to W1 plus W2, that is the copper loss in the given motor. Now, with the help of these readings, the readings of the voltmeter, ammeter and the 2 wattmeters, we can calculate the power factor under the block rotor condition, that is cos theta SC will be equal to WSC by root 3 VSC by ISC. Then the impedance of the given circuit will be equal to the short circuit voltage divided by the current, and you can calculate the stator and rotor resistance referred to the stator, that is given by R01, will be equal to ISC cos theta SC, and the total reactance of the given motor, that is X01 stator reactance, and the rotor reactance referred to the stator side, that is X2 dash, is equal to ISC sin theta SC. So as per the equivalent circuit, we'll get the equivalent resistance and the reactance of the given motor, all referred to the stator side of the given motor. The supply is VL by root 3 because per phase quantities we calculated, and under block rotor condition the rotor is not rotating, hence S will be equal to 1, the slip will be 1, and therefore R2 dash by S will be equal to R2 dash. Now we'll do the DC resistance test on 3-phase induction motor, because we'll calculate the resistance, exact resistance of the motor, and the exact resistance of stator we calculate by the simple formula of the Ohm's law, that is R is equal to V by I, and for this we give the DC supply to measure the resistance of the given motor. Now this is the actual circuit, adjustable DC supply. Individual resistances are represented by R1. R1 is the resistance of each phase of the given motor. The supply is given through an adjustable DC supply. Because it is in star connection, therefore the voltage is supplied between the two windings, that will be VDC by IDC will be equal to 2R1. So for star connection, RDC is equal to 2R1, so R1 will be RDC by 2. But for delta connection, when you give the supply between two windings, then the two windings will be connected in series in parallel to the third winding. Therefore, we will have to calculate the resistances as RDC equivalent, that is V by I will give as RDC, which is equal to R1 in parallel to 2R1, that is the individual resistances in series for the other two windings. So RDC is equal to 2 by 3 R1. So R1 will be equal to 3 by 2 RDC or 1.5 times the RDC. So this is how we calculate the stator resistance, and by the previous formula we know the R01. So rotor resistance referred to the stator side can be segregated with the help of finding out the R1. Then the measurement of 3-phase induction motor gives us the total equivalent circuit of the given motor, and from the OCSC test, because we have got the core loss and the copper loss, so percentage efficiency will be given as output by output plus losses, and substitute the values of W0 and WSC, and you can calculate the percentage efficiency. The last test what we perform is the slip measurement of the 3-phase induction motor. The measurement of slip can be done by either actual measurement of the rotor speed, S will be equal to Ns minus N divided by Ns, that will be the factor. Then measurement of the rotor frequency using oscilloscope. In case of slip ring induction motors, at the brushes, slip ring brushes, we can measure the rotor voltage through an oscilloscope, and that will give us the rotor frequency. So slip can be measured as rotor frequency by the stator frequency. SF by F will give you the slip of the given motor. And the third method what is generally being used is the stroboscopic method, that is apparent revolutions counted at given time divided by time in seconds into the pair of poles divided by the supply frequency. That is, this is done with the simple equation as Ns is equal to 120 F by P. Now over here you see the method of stroboscopic being implemented over here to for the measurement of the slip. You have got the motor, then there is a stroboscopic disc which has got the black and white sections, and that white and black sections depends on the motor configuration, because the number of black sectors will be equal to the number of white sectors, and that should be equal to the number of pole pairs. So thereby it is divided, multiplying by the number of pair of poles. We know the supply frequency, and with the help of the neon lamp we will be calculating the apparent revolutions in a given time divided by time per seconds. So this is how we can measure the slip using the stroboscopic method. So today we'll do induction motor applications. The most widely used induction motor is the 3-phase induction motor in the industry as well as in the workshops. It is manufactured in a wide variety of ratings from few kilowatts to 5000 kilowatts. The reason for wide application is its simple and rugged construction, maintenance-free operation, no requirement of any DC supply. Normal applications of three-phase induction motor are in fans, blowers, centrifugal pumps, compressors, agitators, reciprocating pumps, shears, punches and presses, bulldozers, boilers, hoists, crane, almost everywhere. So today we have studied about the no load test. With the help of the no load test, we can calculate the iron losses in the given motor plus the R0 and the X0 component of the equivalent circuit. Block rotor test, which gives us the copper losses in the given motor, plus it gives the stator resistance and the reactance. The resistance and reactance of the motor all refer to the stator side. Measurement of stator resistance, then measurement of the slip using mostly common is stroboscopic method. So thank you.